Everybody for joining us today. We're excited to spend some time talking about the new update that we pushed live in late August. Hopefully while everybody was on vacation. But there's some great new features in here, primarily focused around the version 3 of our HubSpot integration. And so we'll dive right in today and have a quick update for everybody. So I'll be speaking today along with Don Barber, who is our lead engineer who worked on the HubSpot integration update. I'm also joined by Bill Boynton and Chaz Rubino from our team, and they're going to be manning the chat and Q&A tools for us. So we will be digging in on this update. We'll talk about the features in some detail, give some flavor and some color around why we've built them and what we've done. And then we'll talk a little bit about what's coming next from a product update perspective. And so everybody, if you have questions along the way, please use the Q&A tool that is built into Zoom, and we'll answer questions as we get to the end. So as I mentioned, we pushed this update live in late August, in the 20th or 22nd, around there. And the primary focus here is around version 3 of our HubSpot integration. HubSpot is a very, very important partner to Postalytics. Some of our customers have been around since the beginning. We actually launched Postalytics in 2017 at HubSpot's Inbound conference with the first ever direct mail integration between HubSpot and Postalytics. And it's been our leading integration since the beginning. And so while we've built out a significant integration layer across lots of different CRMs and marketing automation tools and a full API, our HubSpot integration is really one of the leading set of customers within our customer database. So we're excited to now launch version 3 of this. And the story essentially is about expanded capability across more HubSpot objects. Anybody who's a HubSpot customer for a number of years is aware of the growth of the HubSpot platform, and where it used to be just a contact and company data set. There are many, many more objects now and new custom object capabilities. And so this investment that we've made in revamping the HubSpot integration is giving our customers more capability to do more advanced workflows across all of these HubSpot objects. So we're going to be digging in on that today, as well as we're going to touch on some updates to our Postalytics Audience Builder as well. So with that, we'll dive in and get started. Don, how are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're thrilled to have you on. And so let's talk about what's in this update. So first, we have multiple HubSpot integrations that you can set up from our Postalytics Connect marketplace. The first integration is actually a variant on what we launched initially back in 2017. It's called the HubSpot Basic integration. That integration is now what a lot of our free plan users are deploying to connect to HubSpot. It's available in the Postalytics Free Plan. And it's been traditionally fairly limited in its scope. But with this update, we've expanded that capability to do a heck of a lot more things. And so first, we've expanded to enable list and workflow extension capabilities for both contacts, companies, and deals. So this is a big update. We previously were limited to just contacts for list imports. And now you can build out lists in contacts, companies, and deals, import them directly into Postalytics. We've also extended our capability to work directly within HubSpot workflows. So there's this notion of workflow extension where you're able to actually access Postalytics campaigns, trigger drip campaigns, and then do mapping between your HubSpot data and Postalytics right within the Postalytics, or I'm sorry, within the HubSpot workflow tool. And so that has been extended for contacts, company, and deal objects as well. We've also grown the number of variable data fields that you can import through both lists and workflows up to 35. And so a dramatic increase in the amount of data that you can bring into Postalytics and then use within your variable data tools in the editor, variable logic. And so you can do a lot more advanced personalization using all of this new data that you can bring in from HubSpot. And so nice big update for our free plan users with HubSpot basic integration. And now we'll move on to the HubSpot premium integration. And so, Don, why don't you talk a little about what we've done here for the HubSpot Premium, which is, just as a reminder for everybody, available in all of our accounts that have a subscription with Postalytics. So Don, walk us through this.
Sure thing. So we've heard feedback, and we've tried to address how we can better help serve the integration for our clients and customers. We've expanded the amount of data that we can inject from HubSpot from 10 fields of variables, which was essentially any piece of media that you wanted, be it a dollar amount, a postal code, possibly as well a discount code, and move that up to 35 fields. So now there's even more data and even more personalization you can put on your postal mail cards and send into Postalytics. This allows you to be used in any of our templates or our builders, and we can even customize it down further for using individualized contact information on your mailing sends to make it more responsive to your clients and contacts that you're trying to reach. We've also expanded the use of this tool so that it no longer just works with contacting objects, but also allows you to send mail from companies and deals if you want. For clients that send mail directly to companies or businesses directly, you'll be able to track all of your mail send on that business object in HubSpot directly. So you'll be able to see when that business got that reported piece of mail, when they were able to respond back, and even if the business's personal contact of choice has looked at that piece of mail or gone to your website. Same thing as well for deals. For customers who are dealing a lot with potential new contacts or potential new clients, you'll be able to see and track your mail for your marketing purposes directly onto that deal itself. So that way you don't have to clutter up the individual contact with pieces of mail that should have worked or potentially would have reached out with them if you're trying to manage your business or manage your new clients that are coming in. This, of course, brings back our Postalytics activity timeline events. So you'll be able to see right there on the timeline for your companies and for your deals when that mail was sent and any of all details of the campaign in question.
Excellent. Great. Thanks, Don. And, it's interesting. I'm seeing with a lot of our customers and particularly with a lot of our HubSpot solution partners that we work with, some really interesting use of the deal object. I was looking at one implementation of HubSpot for a nonprofit sector, and they were using the deal object to track donations. And so this ability now to trigger mail or to pull together list-based campaigns from the deal object can go beyond, I think the original concept that HubSpot had around deals was really for like B2B companies that have, long sales cycles. But I think it's being used a lot of really interesting ways now. So this capability will enable you to take advantage of the deal object and use that to drive your direct mail program now. So next, we've built out an entirely new integration that we're calling HubSpot Premium for Custom Objects. And again, this is only available for subscriber accounts. And it's a separate installation that you'll find in the Postalytics Connect library of various integrations. And so the primary driver here is the growth of HubSpot into what they're calling custom objects. And, I think as HubSpot has grown and matured and evolved, they are building out software to handle far more customized approaches to how data and workflows exist within organizations. And they're recognizing that the need to create completely customized databases, workflows, properties is all, I think, really important. And it's something that other tools like Salesforce have had for a long time. And HubSpot has kind of grown into this. And so, with that growth of custom objects, we're seeing an explosion of capability and customization that both customers are doing directly, and then also what some of our HubSpot solution partners are doing using these custom objects. And so, as an example, we have a partner that we work with in the telecom category that is building out an entirely telecom-based set of software on top of the HubSpot custom objects. We're seeing the same thing in the nonprofit sector, and I'm sure it's happening in a lot of other sectors as well. And so being able to tie direct mail in a very sophisticated, advanced way into these customized objects is really a big update from us. And so Don worked really hard on that, and the rest of the team assisted him along the way. And so, and then the other cool thing here is that everything we did for custom objects, you can actually deploy across all of the other HubSpot objects that, we are not talking about here today. So for things like tickets, for service, for all of the long growing set of HubSpot objects that are out there, you can actually now drive direct mail programs. And so Don, why don't you give us a little color and background in sort of what you were hearing from customers and how you built this out?
Well, again, working on feedback we've had with our clients and customers who want to see more integration and more connectivity between Postalytics and HubSpot. We've got a lot of people who have custom build outs in HubSpot to have the data better suit their needs. One of our biggest examples in this is, of course, in the real estate sector. Customers who are managing individual properties. Property is not the right word because it gets confused in HubSpot. Let's say houses or constructions want to send mail to those actual individual houses for the current resident or whoever's actually there, then storing the address and all the information on that custom house or property object that they built in their system, as opposed to storing contacts and potential clients for every single person who may live there. That way we can send and mail to that individual property, track what ended up happening, and get everything back into that property on demand. as well as works for every single object in the system in case you have a very specific or very niche use case you want to use HubSpot for, and you want to be able to send and track mail on that individual object entity.
Right. And what's exciting about this is that it's handling both list import as well as workflow support. So all the different Postalytics campaign types can be supported through this integration for custom and all other objects. And we are also able to sync mail events back through the HubSpot webhook capability. Don, can you touch on that for just a sec?
Yes, we've created a brand new HubSpot workflow tool, so we completely no longer need to use the old outdated webhook function like rule inside HubSpot when you're actually sending mail over. That rule was cumbersome, convoluted, having to manage all your individual access keys or client privileges. I wish HubSpot did a little bit better when they're actually doing it in their workflow builder. So we ended up saying, we'll go ahead and do it ourselves. We brought over the same ease of use functionality we have with our objects and our basic integration, our premium integration, over to objects as well. So you have all of the variable fields that you like. That's 35 individual variables that you can use in addition to any address data that you want to send over. It makes it clean, easy, and readable when you're building out your workflows inside HubSpot.
Very cool. And then finally, we have now the ability to populate the timeline for any of the objects, including custom, with the HubSpot postal mail event. It's a specific property that HubSpot has created to track postal mail. And so now we're able to actually use that postal mail event in any timeline. And so you've got an ability to see exactly what's happened with all of your individual mailers across all HubSpot objects. So really powerful new capability. We're light years ahead of everybody else in terms of HubSpot integration with direct mail. And this is just an extension of our leadership here. So Don, hats off to you and the dev team on rolling this out. I know it was a huge update, and it's been a great relationship we've built with customers, very interactive. We hear a lot of requests, and we're seeing how HubSpot is evolving. We work with them closely, and they've helped us to build this out. So moving on here, we've also made some updates to the audience list builder. We brought in a couple of new data files. And for any of the customers that are out there that haven't spent any time in the audience builder, this is a new feature we rolled out earlier in the year. It's growing. The traction we're getting with it is incredible. It's become a very, very popular part of our offering. And essentially, we've developed access to now up to 10. We have 10 different data files that you can access through our audience builder. And our pricing model that we've been able to work on with the vendors out there is really, really different, meaning you are able to purchase these lists, purchase these data sources, not just rent, but purchase them for unlimited use. And you're able to do that at a price point that just blows away the rest of the market. So super powerful tool, lots of different data sets. We've introduced 2 new data sets. The new homeowner data set is designed to track, there's more than 16 million records that have been compiled from multiple databases for US new homeowners and new refinances. And so there's a 24-month rotating data set. So as folks either refinance their property or buy a new home, move into a new home, That data is getting all rolled in every 30 days into the new homeowner database. With everything going on politically and the growth of direct mail in the political environment, we've also brought in a U.S. voter database. It's estimated that in the 2024 election cycle, there were over 1 billion pieces of political direct mail sent. That's from the post office. And that's like a 20% growth over the 2020 election. And so we're seeing a lot of activity in the political arena. And so this voter database is tracking US voters. It's being compiled from all the different states where voters are registering. And you're able to slice and dice this database and break it down by party with lots of demographic, financial information, dwelling information. So you can really target different voters based on what you're trying to do with any type of political mailing. And so that's the update for the list builder. And now moving on, we'll talk a little bit more about roadmap. So we are currently working on several different projects. The first that will be released here in the next couple of weeks, we expect, is a Canva integration. Canva, as many of you know, is a very, very fast-growing graphic design tool that is entirely web-based and now has billions of users around the world. So we've been seeing a dramatic growth in the number of our customers asking for a Canva integration. So we're about to launch that, and it's pretty incredible. We'll be doing a webinar on this when we do launch it. But just as a little preview, you can actually open up Postalytics templates right inside of Canva and do your work, and then save your designs right into Postalytics. And so we made a major update to our asset manager several months ago, and that has enabled us now to take a more aggressive approach to integrate tools like Canva with Postalytics on the creative side. We're also really excited. We've kicked off a project for us to be able to offer a website retargeting tool. And so what that means is that you'll have the ability to track anonymous website traffic in the US, and you'll be able to target people that have come to a website and send them direct mail. And so lots of kind of different proprietary methods of handling that. And of course, not every visitor can be properly tracked for lots of different reasons, but a good percentage of folks that visit any web page on your website, we can now send personalized direct mail to once we launch the website retargeting product. So we've been hearing from lots of customers. They've been asking for this. We're excited to kick off this project, and we'll be giving more updates as the rest of the year goes along. Finally, the other kind of key updates we're working on now include a major expansion of the Postalytics API. And so essentially what we'll be offering here in the not too distant future is the ability to access every single thing that you can do in the Postalytics app through the API. And so it will enable third parties and organizations that want to do custom work using Postalytics as a direct mail engine to do way more advanced things. And so we're excited to support that. And then associated with that is going to be an update to our user interface, where it's being rewritten in the current cutting edge technologies that will speed things up and provide a better overall user experience. So these are the major projects we have going on now. We also are in the process of building out the trifold self-mailer. So we'll have a new mailing format that will be available here in the next month or so. And then we'll be working on additional formats as the year proceeds, including a closed face custom envelope and buck slips and others. And so, if you have a particular mailing format that you're confident in and that you'd like to see us provide, please let us know, right? All these updates that you're seeing are being driven by our customers and how we're seeing the market develop. So, the goal really is to work with you, our customer base, work with the market and build out a great platform that you can rely on for years and years to handle your automated direct mail. So that's what we have for you today. Why don't we check in on the Q&A and see what types of questions we have.
Yeah, sure, Dennis. We got a good one here from Ryan. He's asking, Don, can the timeline events be used in reports within HubSpot? How about the filters? And then how about, can timeline events be used within workflows?
That's actually a great question. HubSpot has been finicky on whether activity timeline events can be used in reports or not. There are some individual cases where you can create a report based upon certain timeline events. I believe you can create a report based upon postal mail events, although I may need to check back on that one. However, we have gotten reports where some activity timeline events can't be used for creating reports at all. So we've actually created a solution for that individual problem. In addition to pushing all the activity timeline event information to on a piece of mail's events, be it whether they've sent out a mail, whether that piece of mail has been created or processed for delivery, if it's at somebody's house, if it's inside the hands of the postal person and it's just 2 days away from being in that mailbox, we'll be tracking all of that in addition to the timeline event on some 4 fields that were created on every single object you have that are the latest events for that individual contact or deal or company or custom object. So you'll see, okay, for this individual person, let's say John Smith, he received the last piece of mail he received from us was for the campaign, for a campaign involving asking for donations on the date in question of February 2nd. And he was able to respond back saying that he actually opened that piece of mail with by scanning that Perl code. So using those individual fields, you can create reports to filter out who actually got mail, when they got mail, and in what campaign.
Awesome. Great work, Don. I wasn't even aware that you had done that. So we need to get that fully documented here. So great stuff.
Sure. Next one's from Jason. I think this is a more general question about timeline events. Referring to when you said what happened with the mail. He's asking, does that mean dropped? Does that mean arrived in home? I can kind of combine that with a secondary question about QR code scans being recorded in custom objects. Will custom objects show when a QR code was scanned? So I think just a general overview of what our timeline events look like.
Sure, absolutely. Don, I'll take a stab at it and then hand it off to you.
Sure do.
Okay, so when we talk about what's happened in the mail, Postalytics is tracking all of the steps of the mailing process through production, delivery, and then response. And so we've created an ability to track what's happening at our print partners in terms of the creation of the mail pieces, the addressing, the printing, and then the handoff to the Postal Service. And then in the US, we're able to track important delivery steps to give you a sense of where the mail is and it's getting close to delivery. And then all of the data that around delivery that the US Postal Service is able to bubble up. And so sometimes that is the actual delivery of the piece of mail from the truck. And other times that is the last event that we get is the scan event from the local post office. And so, which is then that data can be is typically means that the mail will be delivered within a 12-hour period. And so all of that data is being tracked, as well as any responses that are coming in through the personalized URLs or personalized QR codes. And so all that data is being captured in a dashboard. It's being then presented to our integrations. With the HubSpot basic integration, all of those data events are going into a custom field within the HubSpot object that you're working from. And so each campaign will have a custom field, and that gets updated per contact, company, or deal that the basic integration is working with. With the HubSpot premium integration and the custom objects, you can actually choose, you can pick and choose which events you want to track. And rather than having that go into a custom object, those are being converted into HubSpot events. And so, Don, I'm going to let you take it from there.
You've pretty much covered it. That was a great overview of what it actually is. These events, be it when like we were talking about, when that mail was created, or if it's in transit, will be all tracked and told you as soon as we get those scans from the post office. So you'll be having your HubSpot updated in real time when those events come in from post office to us back to HubSpot for you, essentially. Those will be the activity timeline events. And also, like I said, those latest events that'll be tracked on the individual contact level as their own fields.
That's great. And so in the way that works, wherever the data, whatever HubSpot object the data originated from, that is the one that we populated back with the mail production, delivery, and response events.
Correct.
Great. Good. Well, some great questions. We've clearly got some really advanced HubSpot users out there. So that will wrap it for today. If you are interested in taking advantage, particularly of our HubSpot custom objects integration, we are eager to engage and work with you. This is new capability. This is the only direct mail platform that can plug into HubSpot custom objects. And so it's an exciting new chapter in our ability to work with HubSpot. So if you're out there, you're interested, let us know. Please reach out, hit us at our support email, or hit your sales rep, or hit us on our sales email. We're really interested in engaging and working with you to create some really cool customized workflows coming out of those HubSpot custom objects. So thanks everybody for joining us today. We will let you know when we push out that next update, and we'll schedule a webinar to cover the Canva integration and everything else we push out along with that update. So I hope you all have a great day, and we'll look forward to talking again very soon.